So then we move on to the second fight of the night. This one right here, I'm pretty excited about this one. This one's clutch. Carlton Minus versus Mathew Semelsberger. Carlton Minus, he's an American. He's 10-1. He's 27 years old, and he's 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he's making his UFC debut, coming in as a last-minute replacement as well. He fights Mathew Semelsberger. Mathew Semelsberger is an American. He's 6-2-1 with that one being a no contest. And he's 27 years old as well, and he's 6 feet 1 inches tall, also making his UFC debut. What do you think about these guys?
Yeah, so Minus is a boxer.
Yep.
He only has that one career loss, and that was to Rick Story in the PFL.
Yep.
And Rick Story really used his grappling.
My former teammate.
Yeah. Used his grappling to control that fight.
Yep.
And ended up tapping him out. So, I mean, other than that, he's got a really, really nice jab. And when I was watching his fights, I was trying to look for something that I could kind of pick up on his that he does that's kind of, not a lot of other people do. Well, he has this really quick lead uppercut that he throws following his jab. So he'll throw his jab out, and then he comes right underneath it with his lead uppercut.
Yeah, well, he's got good,
it's very
really
quick,
good, like boxing style hands, Yeah,
so that's why I say he's a boxer, man, and he's got that. But he does train at a wrestling gym, so I think he's trying to add that since the Rick Story fight. He's getting that wrestling. We haven't really seen it be put to use. We haven't seen him really have to defend.
Well, it really hasn't been much time since the Rick Story fight.
I think he's 2 years now.
We could pull it up.
I think it was 2017 or 2018.
It hasn't been a ton of time, and he hasn't had a lot of fights because he's on a 1-fight win streak. So it was only 2 fights ago for him. So he fought Rick Story, lost to Rick Story by rear naked choke, and then he won his next fight.
Yep.
And then he was signed to the UFC.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been really a lot of time for us to really see.
Yeah, we haven't really got to see it because he's only had that one fight since.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what, though? I'm really excited about him. With his 6 knockouts, he has 3 decisions and only 1 submission. So he's going to be looking to knock this guy out. With Semelsberger 6-2-1 on a 3-fight win streak right now. Recently, he had a first-round knockout in Art of War cage fighting. He has 4 knockouts, 1 submission, and 1 decision to his record. I wasn't too sold on him yet, to be honest. I didn't think that he looked terrible, but I wasn't sold on him. And it might be just a personal bias because I did see Carlton Minus on the card and get kind of excited about that one. Sometimes those play into it.
Yeah, you get those emotional picks. I've done it. I've been victim of it so many times, as you guys have probably seen throughout our videos.
Yeah.
But for me, Matt, I think the best area for him when I was watching on some of his fights is he's very, very strong in the clinch, and he has really goody dirty. We're
mixing a lot of easy extra stuff into our words today.
Really good dirty boxing from within the clinch.
Yeah.
I think that's probably his best area. He is also another guy that's prone to being taken down and controlled on the ground. The thing is I don't see either one of these guys going for a takedown in this fight.
No, I don't think this fight's going to the ground.
Nope.
I think if somebody gets hurt, maybe they'll, in desperation, try to take it to the ground.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I think it's pretty much going to be a stand and bang fight.
Yeah. So, for me, I think Carlton is going to have the better hands. He's going to have the better chin.
Yeah.
And the better footwork. So, I've got Carlton picked to win a decision in this one as well.
All right. You got Carlton picked to win a decision. Well, I actually think that Mathew Semelsberger is going to go to sleep.
Ooh,
I think that, I honestly do think so. I think that he's going to sleep. I think that Carlton Minus actually knocks him out in the first round.
Dang, okay.
Yeah.
It's very possible. He's got the power and he's got the boxing.
Look at him. His last loss for Mathew was a knockout. He did lose a submission the time before that, but I'm not predicting a submission at all. So I'm definitely thinking that when it comes down to it, who I think has the better striking, who has the knockout power, that's going to be Carlton Minus. And it's, I saw him a couple fights ago. It was Justin Buchholz. I think it was Justin Buchholz is who he fought. So he fought Justin Buchholz, and that was when Justin Buchholz left the UFC. I had thought that he was going to get dominated by Justin. I thought Justin was going to be a flashier striker. He's going to be more fun to watch, but then Carlton Minus whooped him.